Good morning, guys and gals, and welcome to my presentation, The Science of Conspiracy Theories and Myths, by DJ Fresh. Emily Manning. Autocorrect. Now we all know what myths are. A story, usually involving supernatural means, that explains the unexplainable. Usually false. Now here we have ghosts, Bigfoot, and then the big daddy of lies himself, Santa Claus. Notice how I didn't say mermaids because, well, #mermaids the body found. Now, I'm sure you might be asking, conspiracy what nows? Well, conspiracy theories are sort of a branch off of myths. Sort of like the myth's creepy cousin that no one really wants to talk about. They are the beliefs that some covert but influential organization is responsible for a circumstance or event. Here we have the basics: UFOs, lizard people, Beyonce. But why would anyone believe this stuff? Well, after public uncertainty, such as after a natural disaster, financial crisis, terrorist attack, etc., leaves people with feelings of hopelessness and loss of control, making them more susceptible to latching onto these theories as sort of a coping device. This leaves people to believe some pretty crazy things, like global warming, 9/11, the moon landings? Yeah, right. But who exactly believes these things? No, but seriously, studies have shown that conspiratorial thinking is associated with narcissism. Additionally, a variety of demographic factors have been found to predict conspiratorial thinking, including low levels of education. Now you may be asking, but what does that have to do with myths and conspiracy theories? How does that tie into each other? Well, to answer your question, it has to do with the brain. When our minds come across a problem, it automatically tries to come up with a solution. Likewise, when we face a mystery or drastic event with no clear cause behind it, we automatically fill in the blanks with our background knowledge to form a logical explanation. Unfortunately, the less educated one is, the less logical explanations the brain has to offer to ease the feelings of helplessness and loss of control, resulting in bizarre and often false conclusions based on the tiniest things, as well as the conclusions heard of other people, often from the people around us, as well as, of course, from the internet. Now, we've been doing this for quite some time, like, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, which is pretty much Greek mythology with a mask, Japanese mythology, all that. It really shows that where you're from has heavy influence on what you believe. See this rate of non-medical vaccine exemptions by state. People in Oregon, if you're a person in Oregon, you're most likely to believe that vaccines are harmful than, let's say, someone in New Mexico. Now, for example, let's say there's this president or whatever, and he was assassinated. And the whole country's just like, what? Who did it? Then they catch him. But is it really him? Now, 30% of Americans believe it was Oswald acting alone. 18% think it was somebody else. 15% think it was the CIA. 15% of Americans think the CIA assassinated John F. Kennedy. Now here are some of my favorite theories and myths. The moon landings. Fake or fiction? Well, The belief is that NASA had faked the moon landing and televised it to one-up Russia in the space race and to make them believe that we had the superior technology without having to pay so much money. Other people just think space doesn't exist. That's alright. One of the biggest giveaways was the fact that the flag was waving, which should be impossible due to the vacuum of space. NASA later countered this statement, claiming that the flag had been waving due to Armstrong twisting it to fit onto the ground. 6% of Americans believe that the moon landings were all fake. Well, a staggering 52% of the British public think that the landings were fake. That's more than half of Britain. What did we do wrong to you? Okay, Area 51. We all know that. Area 51 is a highly classified Air Force facility located in Nevada, New Mexico, rumored to hide extraterrestrial life. That also ties into another conspiracy, UFO spottings. This is a graph for the 2014 and 2015 US UFO reports per month. In June of 2015, you can see there is a very high spark of UFO reports, nearly 1,000, like more than 1,000, of 1,200, in fact, almost. And I'd just like to point out in this graph, you can see in the green, 1 out of 10 Americans believe that they've seen a UFO, while 1 out of 50 believe they've been abducted. I mean, my boy Stephen Hawking, he believes that it's very possible that UFOs have been here and the government is hushing it up, but that's none of my business. Now, I'm aware that most of you probably haven't even heard of the Beatles, but they're one of my favorite bands, so leave me alone. This is the conspiracy that Paul McCartney from the Beatles had died in 1966 and had been replaced by a lookalike in order to keep up band profit. It is also said that other members had hid hints of Paul's death in some of their music. And this is the part in the video where future me takes it away and shows you a really cool video of audio evidence. Hopefully we're back. And just in time for the Flat Earth conspiracy. Yep, there are still people who think the Earth is still flat. And I can't tell you how wrong that is. Cue Flat Earth debunked in 2 minutes video. Now, here's just a few pretty cool myths to finish it out. Bigfoot apparently lives in the forest. Some people believe it is a lost relative of humanity, while others believe it is a creature created by aliens and dropped onto Earth to observe us and obtain data for said aliens. Beyonce, a clone? Many people believe she is a clone. Because of her reportedly robotic and plastic behavior. And of course, the Illuminati, a secret society rumored to be secretly setting up for the New World Order, said to be affiliated with many popular celebrities. My favorite, the Lizard Elite, the conspiracy that we coexist with a shape-shifting lizard race that use their abilities to gain access into our politics and shape life as we know it. They also run the Illuminati. And this isn't really a conspiracy, but I just think fairies are really cool. Humanoid creatures that look like humans but with wings and often magical characteristics. I know that there's a lot of evidence against fairies, but come on. We all know they're real. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry to put you through all that. And remember, if you saw it on the internet, it probably isn't true.